Seva Charity Act of the Week is so that this is the Hindu Mandir Empowerment Council. So, Hindu Mandir Empowerment Council, as you know, is the initiative that World Hindu Council of America or VHPA has. It brings together a lot of Hindu mandirs. There are 1140 Hindu mandirs in America, and this particular initiative brings together these mandirs for an annual conference. This year, the conference is in Raleigh, North Carolina on September 27, 28, 29. They are going to be around, I guess, around 300 to 400 mandirs, which is good. 30% of the mandirs will show up. That's what we are expecting. There are also between 3 to 4,000 archakas or pujaris in America, and we expect a lot of pujaris to show up also, or archakas to show up in the conference also. So you can obviously use some donation, and people can go and donate it at hmec.info website, or they can go to vhp-america.org and click on the donation button and contribute, because this is a worthy cause, because mandirs are center of our dharmic life, spiritual life, and also our community life in many ways. So we can certainly use a lot of help as we build up this initiative. It's been going This is the 17th annual conference, so it's been going on for a while.
Wow. I would say this is a very important initiative because of the attacks our temples are facing. I think we definitely need to build awareness around it, and hopefully, you have something in the agenda to
There
address
is.
the particular case.
Yeah, there is, and a lot of people requested that we bring in some of the other Hindu organizations also together. So we are trying to figure out how to do the agenda where at least there is a session where, and every year we have done this, so it's not unusual. So we have brought together Hindu advocacy organizations, other Hindu organizations who work in the advocacy space and other space kind of together, so that everyone can work together on this.
Yeah.
The other The next one, of course, is the Hindu good news of the week, and I keep saying this. There's sometimes it's really hard to find Hindu good news of the week, but this time, fortunately, it was not hard, and I was able to find Hindu good news, several news, but I had to pick one. I picked the one that would be very heartening for everyone. And so, Hindu good news of the week is Moscow is going to welcome its first Hindu mandir. Moscow, if you remember, so that Raj Kapoor was a big thing in Russia, and India and
Yes.
Russia has this close partnership and all of that. But there were no ISKCON faced a lot of difficulties in Russia, and they were discriminated against. They were persecuted in some ways, but finally, they are getting a Hindu mandir in Moscow.
I think it's the best news we have heard in a long time, and it's high time. Like you said, Raj Kapoor. The first time I was in the United States filling gas at a gas station, this guy came out and said, "Oh, I sit and watch Hindi movies all night. Even though I don't understand it, I love it. All Raj Kapoor movies." So you're perfectly right. I'm surprised that there was hostility, but it's understandable. All of Europe and even in United States, I think we have faced hostility. But I'm so glad to hear this. This will be like the BAPS in Dubai, or such a magnificent structure, and another magnificent structure in Moscow. And it's going to be definitely, I would make a pilgrimage to that temple in
You have to
Moscow.
now make a pilgrimage to Moscow.
Yeah.
And so, it's always kind of, I don't know, I haven't figured out the right way to do it. I've been doing this. This is the 133rd episode of Hindu Lounge, and I have still not figured out what's the right way to do it. To go from Hindu news of the great, Hindu good news of the week to Hindu hater of the week. But let's try it.
मनसा सततं स्मरणीय
Sorry. That was a wrong video. So let me play the right video. And on behalf of American Hindus Against Defamation. It is, I don't even want to say what kind of duty is it of mine to present this Hindu Hater of the Week. It's my painful duty to present the Hindu Hater of the Week. This is something that happened in Mumbai. It happened
Yeah,
about a couple of months ago, and there was a play performed in IIT Bombay, and it was at their open air theater, and the play was called Ravanoha, and it is painful to watch. It is just painful to watch because it presents Sri Ram in a year where we have inaugurated the mandir at at the birthplace of Sri Ram. The people who are some of the brightest kids in India going to IIT Bombay, and they put out this totally insensitive video. Makes you question what kind of educational system produces insensitive, and what kind of culture an environment produces insensitive kids like that. So I want to it's I as much as I hate, I want to show just a small clip of this so people get the uh, it's a 6 minute clip. I'm going to play only from the middle. I'm going to play a couple of minutes so people get a flavor of it, because people should know what kind of stuff goes on in the most elite place in India. Here we go. So this is the Rahovan play, um, from IIT Bombay, and I'm going to start play from here. This is the scene where Sri Ram is and Sita Mata are talking about, after the victory of Sri Ram over Ravan, and before there's some discussion about Agni Pariksha, and it's interesting. The video is actually sideways, so you have to kind of use a little bit of imagination in that way. But I'm also turning on this closed captioning. It is only in Hindi, so my apologies for people who do not read Hindi. But here we go.
इसीलिए कबीला तेरा स्वीकार वापस नहीं करेगा। दूसरा मर्द, अरे बंदी थी मैं वहां। अच्छा अच्छा, कैद थी तू वहां। ये देख हाँ, किसने खरोचा है तुम्हें, किसने हाथ लगाया तुम्हें, कबीले की सीमा लांघकर तू गई। हाँ, है ना? रेखा का उल्लंघन तूने किया, मोहरा देश का उल्लंघन किया, तो ये परीक्षा अब तुम्हें देनी ही होगी। जो हो रहा है वो सही हो रहा है। तो ये कहते हुए तुम्हारी आवाज क्यों लड़खड़ा रही है, और उनका अगला माहौल क्या किया है तुमने ऐसा? दांगों को चित किया है। अरे उन्हें पता भी है कि अघोरा को चित किसने किया है? तू कुछ नहीं कहेगी, तू बस मेरी बात सुनेगी। बात सही कहता था, एक सुनने वाली औरत लाना। तू कुछ नहीं करेगी। वो रक्षक समझते हैं मुझे अपना। रक्षक? अरे कैसा रक्षक, कौन सा रक्षक? अरे मर्द होने निकला था तो इंसान बनना भूल गया। मर्द होना क्या होता है तुझे पता भी है? अरे फिर क्या तुझे पता है?
I'm going to stop this because this is about all I can take.
I know.
uh,
It is
and
so
it's
disgusting.
disgusting to say the least. It is, it's telling Shiram that you went out to be a man and look how you have turned out and all kinds of things, and you know it is bad enough that they wrote a script that says this. Bad enough they're performing this, but did you hear the audience cheering?
I know. That was what I was going to say. Audience is going with it. They love it. And my point is, how did they even get to perform it without any, I mean, they should have, they must have received permission from The
Nobody reviews
faculty.
this. They just perform. It's an open, program where people end up performing, and then wherever you
So
know
they
uh,
were fined. I know they were fined some big
they were
amounts.
fined about lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, but
They should be kicked out of the university. They don't deserve to study in these premier places.
yeah, it's unbelievable that this kind of. I mean, if you think about it, if it was a play about any other faith, what would have happened?
See, that is why it happens. Because the Hindus don't say anything. I know they were fine, but the Hindu community just takes it. They sit back and they don't get on the streets, set the cities on fire. They don't go shoot people. They don't kill people. They just sit back and take it again and again and again. What's the difference being of having lived under the Islamic invasion or the European invasion or European colonization? Not much different even today, right? That the Hindu culture, the only place that Hindus really can call home is now the place where they take the freedom, they misuse the freedom
Yeah.
and abuse the Hindus. To what end? I'd like to know, to what end? Do you want the Hindus to be like the native tribes across the globe, disappear? Would that make you happy? I
Well,
want to
I
know.
think for our opponents, probably that is the end goal.
Yeah, it is. And I'm going to say here, well, I don't plan to go away. You have to deal with me.
That's right. Well said. Well said. So thank you. I think we will end on that note. I think as long as there are people like you, and we have to deal with people like you, we're all safe.
Well, hopefully. Yeah, I'm hopeful of the young people who are coming up in the United States who are proud Hindus.
Yes,
Those IIT students should learn from the Hindu Americans, young students in America. They are
absolutely.
proud. Yeah.
Absolutely. And with that, we come to an end. This was another episode of the Hindu Lounge. This is Hindu Lounge. Hindu Lounge is brought to you by Hindu Pact. Hindu Pact is Hindu Policy Research and Advocacy Collective. It's an initiative of World Hindu Council of America, or VHPA. With Sudha Jagatnathan, I'm Ajay Shah. I am the president of VHPA. And we come live every week. We are still trying to figure out the optimum time, but you'll see us when we come live. And if you miss us live, then we are always on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube as a recorded show. So I know that hundreds of people catch up when it's through all our different channels through the week. So we look forward to you watching us regularly, and we'll come up with another exciting show next week. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.